Well, it's southern comfort for the Congress as it struggled in Himachal Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. It managed to get all its 3 Rajya Sabha seats intact in the state of Karnataka. In fact, just about a few minutes ago, the announcement was made by Randeep Singh Surjewala, who was right there inside the Congress party spokesperson. All the action right behind me there at the Vidhan Sauda in Bengaluru, where Congress's victorious candidates are leaving the Vidhan Sauda after a day-long exercise here. They were confident from the start because they had the numbers, but they were worried that if there would be cross-voting. Remember, the BJP JDS alliance had fielded the Kupendra Reddy as a second candidate just to test perhaps the Congress. So lots of reactions coming there, but the big story from Karnataka is that the 3 Congress candidates, Ajay Makhan, Syed Nasir Hussain and Chandrasekhar, have all been elected to the Rajya Sabha with the numbers required in the House. That announcement just made a short while ago. I spoke with the BJP's winning candidate. Remember, Narayan Se Bandige, the first candidate of the BJP who got his 47 votes and who was expected to win, as well as BJP MLA on why they actually fielded a second candidate, whether it was just an attempt to try and test horse trading and weaknesses in the Congress. And I also spoke with some of the Congress leaders. These are all the reactions that we had got from here in Bengaluru just a short while ago before we deep dive into the rest of the country and the Rajya Sabha tussle with our reporters and experts. But first, these reactions from Karnataka.
चुनाव में हार जीत तो होता है.
Okay. Okay, we will play more of those reactions that we had uplinked in a bit, including Randeep Singh Surjewala's soundbite. I'm joined by my colleagues Tanishq Punjabi from Lucknow, hoping to be joined by Mohammad Ghazali from Chandigarh, Maria Shakil, who tracks all these developments very closely from the national capital, joining me, as well as Sunil Prabhu from Delhi. Maria, overall, in terms of the picture, Himachal and Uttar Pradesh coming as a setback, but before we can get to Maria, let me just go across to Tanishq Punjabi. Tanishq, what's the word from Lucknow? Lots of controversies there breaking out.
Well, Veera, at around 5 p.m. when the voting was supposed to start, objections were raised by Samajwadi Party and SBSP, and a key ally of NDA. Now, so the counting did not start at 5 p.m. It was supposed to start at 5 p.m. Election Commission of India looked through into the objections raised by Samajwadi Party and SBSP. Now, Election Commission of India has denied any misdoing or has refused the allegations of Samajwadi Party. Now the counting has begun, but it seems like very much seems like a clear win for the 8th candidate of the BJP, that is Sanjay Seth. Now at around 1 to 2 p.m. the rebel MLAs, the quote-unquote rebel MLAs of Samajwadi Party were seen with, Deputy CM of Uttar Pradesh, Brajesh Pathak. Here, right in the lobby behind me, they were seen together doing a victory sign. Around 7 Samajwadi Party MLAs have believed to be cross-voted. 7 to 8 Samajwadi Party MLAs have believed to be cross-voted for in the favor of BJP. So BJP needed around 10 MLAs. BJP needed around 10 votes. They gained the vote of Raja Bhaiya, the founder of Jan Satta Lokdal. So they needed around 8. They got another one from the BSP. BSP also voted in their favor. So that comes around 7. So around 7 to 8 another SP MLAs voted in their favor, including just before the voting, the chief whip of the Samajwadi Party in the Uttar Pradesh Assembly resigned. So, but yes, of course, the counting has started in just few minutes from now, around 30 to 40 minutes from now, we will be knowing the final results. We also spoke to a couple of rebel MLAs, and they were seemingly upset with the party functioning as well. And right now, if we talk about
Okay,
it,
so-
all of them are still a part of Samajwadi Party. But of course, Akhilesh Yadav has called a press conference tomorrow, and we will
Look,
see, some action could be taken against those who have allegedly cross-voted. Yes.
Right. Right, just taking you through procedure in a Rajya Sabha poll, because it's not happening inside the house, no whip can be issued. So that's why the fear of cross-voting looms large on political forces. Maria Shakil, overall, net, concerns in Himachal Pradesh for the Congress, where it's in power, as well as this issue in Uttar Pradesh. Of course, southern comfort from the state of Karnataka.
Yes, that's right. And the picture is more or less clear from where you are, Veera. But in Himachal, there is concern that is coming in from the Chief Minister as well, who has spoken out just few minutes back, going to the extent of saying that 6 of Congress MLAs are incommunicado. So, overall, there are rebels that Akhilesh Yadav will be now facing as well. So, the BJP went in with knowing fully well that they wanted to ensure that there is some kind of contest, be it in the state of Himachal or in the state of Uttar Pradesh. In fact, what we are being told by sources is, Veera, that Yogi Adityanath had communicated to the central leadership that he'll ensure that all 8 candidates who of the BJP who have been fielded will win. So now, with these numbers coming out, it's a major message that is going in for the Lok Sabha polls going ahead. There is concerns for the BJP, of course, coming in from some states. But overall, I would say that from the state of Uttar Pradesh, the big message is that this defection of an MLA from Rai Bareli doesn't really augur well for the India group. And whether Akhilesh will be taking immediate action or whether he'll be waiting to take action only post the results, that remains to be seen. And one state we'll have to watch very, very closely over the next 24 to 48 hours certainly would be Himachal, Veera.
Right, remember, you need to watch out in Himachal given that cross-voting. You're right, Maria. If we can go across to my colleague Sunil Prabhu and Mohammad Ghazali, if we can go across to Sunil. Sunil, can you give us a sense? I believe we can't go across to Sunil right now. Ghazali, what are you picking up there as far as the Himachal process is concerned? Things seem to be of a concern for the Congress there after how it played out today.
Going to be a big setback for Congress of what is happening right now, that 6 Congress MLAs and 3 independents who had all voted support to the party's candidate Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi are now in Haryana's Panchkula district. They have been brought by the CRPF and Haryana police as claimed by the Chief Minister, and the entire PWD rest house in Panchkula district of Haryana in Sector 1 is barricaded. Media is not allowed, security has been beefed up. And this has all happened despite Himachal having the Congress government, despite the Chief Minister holding a dinner meet yesterday, inviting all the MLAs and even saying that all the MLAs will be backing party's candidate Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Congress had 40 MLAs in the assembly. 3 are independent MLAs, and BJP has only 25 MLAs. And despite all that, what we saw here in Chandigarh's mayoral polls, that despite not having the numbers, BJP still managed to win the mayoral polls, is somewhat being replicated in Himachal as well, that 6 Congress MLAs and 3 independent MLAs have voted for the BJP's candidate. And right now, the Chief Minister himself admitting on camera that Haryana police officials and CRPF has taken away 6 of the Congress MLAs. So a big setback in a sense that we are also picking up that perhaps the BJP will wait for the Rajya Sabha results today, by tonight, and then will also decide whether they will be moving a no confidence motion against the government, as the last day of this assembly session is on 29th of Feb.
So that's the developing story there, Ghazali, that you're tracking. Let's just quickly for a moment play the story that is of good news for the Congress today, which was in Karnataka. These are some Congress and BJP reactions after the A verdict was announced here at the Karnataka Vidhan Sabha. Let's play those for you before we go across to Sunil Prabhu, as well as our guests this evening, Sandeep Shastri and Smita Gupta. सर आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे? जीत गए आप, बट दूसरा कैंडिडेट तो हार गए.
नहीं चुनाव में ये हार जीत तो होता है.
One candidate is won, which was expected. The fact that the second candidate was pushed on this contest, the accusation is that it was primarily to test the Congress. Do you feel that it was a failed effort?
No. We have got what votes we are supposed to get. We have got, and there were some doubts about few people. That is clear now. One vote has gone to the other side. Now other person didn't come to vote. So there is a clarity about that vote. Then as far as JDS vote is concerned, the Congress was saying that we'll be getting a few votes from the JDS and all these things. The JDS has maintained to get all its 19 votes, plus the BJP has given it some excess votes also. So there was no effort from BJP as such to go and get the Congress votes. But among the Congress cadre, there was a talk that there's a lot of displeasure among the elected representatives of the Congress, how the governance is going on, all those things.
We are relieved that the election process is over, because obviously it is quite tedious. But we were never worried about the victory of our candidates. We were rest assured that our MLAs and the MLAs who are supporting us will stay together. But the biggest question is, why would you drag this entire process into an election? Putting him in the fray is to indulge in horse trading.
Right. That's a question. Remember, the Congress has been asking why fielded a second candidate here in Karnataka. Obviously, there was a lot of tamasha running up to this election with complaints being filed against D. Kupendra Reddy. But I guess all's well that ends well, at least as far as Karnataka is concerned, Sunil Prabhu, for the Congress. Some southern comfort, but of course worrying signs both in Himachal as well as in Uttar Pradesh for the INDIA bloc per se. What's the sense you're picking up from the party before I go to our guest this evening?
Well, I think the real crisis for them right now is Himachal Pradesh. I think this was the state that they just recently won nearly a year back. And it's in that context that just over a year, there has been this 6 cross-voting, 3 independents who were supporting Mr. Suku is under trouble. It was his responsibility, even though, the High Command was warned not once, but twice and thrice that you cannot put a non-Himachal person from that state. You have not done it from 1962. And it's in that backdrop that Mr. Karge, Rahul Gandhi, KC Venugopal will have to answer questions if they lose this state. The Himalayan state, it was actually the only one, the only blip in North India where you can say that you have a state, and even then you have now you mishandled this with the Rajya Sabha election, allowing the resentment of MLAs who are now under CRPF protection, as well as the Haryana police to be taken away. It's now anybody's guess that it's just a matter of time before we can see this government fall, if it doesn't happen in the immediate. So it's just something that the Congress could have easily avoided. Sad days, but definitely lessons learned. Hopefully the High Command will understand that they cannot continue to be arrogant and it is my way or the highway. And that's something that is going to prove them extremely costly.
Important point that you make there, Sunil Prabhu. There are lessons for the High Command as well. Let me go across to our guests this evening, Sandeep Shastri and Smita Gupta. First to you, Smita. In a sense, what would be the larger takeaway for the Congress? They've had their victory in Karnataka, but some would argue, anticipated and expected, holding on its own as far as South India is concerned, but concerns in Himachal as well as Uttar Pradesh. Quickly, your response.
Well, I think taking off from where Sunil left, I'd like to say that the congressmen in the northern half of the country need to take some lessons from the congressmen in Karnataka. Because if Abhishek Singhvi is an outsider in Himachal, what is Ajay Makan in Karnataka? And yet, so clearly the Karnataka Congress has adapted itself to the new rules in politics and has learned its lessons. Of course, I do agree that as a rule, political parties should not have, should not field candidates from other parts of the country, because it is unfair on those who have worked hard in that state. And if this comes at the expense of losing the state of Himachal Pradesh, that will be very, very tragic. But on the flip side, I think I may be in a minority of one, but Congress MLAs in the custody of the police of a neighboring state run by a rival party, there's something wrong over there. As far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned,
that's an important.
It was anticipated, I think, that the BJP would be able to push through 8 and the SP Congress would manage only 2. It's a blow for the India alliance.
Right, that's the mildest way to put it as far as UP and Himachal is concerned. UP especially a hit for the INDIA alliance. Sandeep Shastri, in the overall picture, prestige battle won in the south, seems to be the fault lines that the Congress has been struggling with, the northern discomfort and the southern comfort.
Veera, you have put it very well, the discomfort in the north and the comfort in the south. Let me add 2-3 points to that. I think the point, Smita ji rightly made the point of the difference in the Congress between Himachal Pradesh and Karnataka. I think in Karnataka, the Congress did get its act together and ensured that there was unity in the party, even though they fielded somebody from outside Karnataka in this state. Let's remember last time also Kupendra Reddy had contested and he was defeated by Leher Singh Siroya. So this is a second successive defeat in some senses. I think the BJP allowed the JDS to push itself forward with a candidate that if he wins, credit for us. If he loses, discredit for JDS. So I think that was the game plan which the opposition alliance had. And let's also remember the nature of the majority that the Congress has in Karnataka makes it a little more comfortable in terms of dealing with challenges. And if the reports are true, the rebellion has actually come from the BJP and not so much from the Congress. With regard to Himachal, I think the Congress would need to introspect as to how a majority it has secured has not been built up upon, and how there is increasing dissidence activity within the party against the chief minister. How I think the fact of the outsider alone is not the factor. Remember also that the BJP candidate is a candidate who was formerly a congressman. So I think the party clearly needs to get its house in order. And the final point on Uttar Pradesh, if the Samajwadi Party were to lose its 3rd seat, I would not be surprised, because Akhilesh Yadav has already taken an insurance policy for that by saying that we wanted to test the unity of the party and therefore we fielded a 3rd candidate. So I think, as you would know, having seen past Rajya Sabha elections, Rajya Sabha elections are not just about winning and losing, but about the positioning that parties do, that leaders do within their party, and it reflects that. We have seen in Karnataka candidates winning without having even one MLA in their side. So this is part of the bargain, and therefore that is clearly seen more visibly nowadays.
I think the point that needs to be mentioned also is the homework that was done in terms of taking MLAs, ensuring that they go through procedures, not making a mess of things at the last minute. While we say that the numbers are big in Karnataka, Sandeep Shastri, there was also almost exact for the 3 candidates that was required.